Movies have always been an escape from reality, and with little to no representation in the 70s, 80s and 90s, gay men had to find solace in, well, straight movies. Whether these movies had a subtle gay plot, or just a shirtless handsome actor, many of these movies cast what we call a gay awakening. Join me as we take a look at one of these films for this video.
Island of Desire. A new thrill in Technicolor.
It's time to look back at the guys you had a crush on and help with your gay awakening. So come on.
Saturday Island, released in 1952 and also known as Island of Desire, unfolds during World War II in the South Pacific. The story centers on Lieutenant Elizabeth Smith, a dedicated Canadian nurse played by Linda Darnell, and a Marine Corporal Michael J. Chicken Dugan, portrayed by the very young Tab Hunter. Their hospital ship strikes a mine and sinks, leaving them as the only survivors washed ashore on a deserted island abandoned by its native inhabitants. They construct a shelter from palm fronds and debris, gathering food from the island's bounty, coconuts, fish and fruit, and learn to coexist in the isolation despite their differences.
Quite a job you've done already.
You haven't seen anything yet. I'm gonna fix this shack so nothing short end of the world will hurt it.
Upon release, Saturday Island received mixed reviews. Variety called it leisurely and conventional, labeling it fair hokum entertainment, suited for modest returns, with dialogue and pacing that sometimes felt puerile. Critics noted the plot's predictability and contrived moments, while praising the lush Jamaican locations and color photography for the visual appeal. Linda Darnell's performance was seen as competent but uninspired, with some viewers feeling that she plodded through the role. Tab Hunter, in one of his earlier starring parts, drew a special attention for his physical presence. Variety remarked that he displayed a healthy torso, but not a great deal of talent, encapsulating the film's divide. It leaned heavily on his youthful attractiveness rather than on his nuanced acting. Audiences' reactions varied. Some found the story silly, others appreciated the escapism romance and the chemistry between the leads. Overall, the film earned about $1.5 million in the North Americas, a respectable figure that helped launch Hunter's career as a silver screen heartthrob.
What's that for?
For you, a little present. New swimming trunks. I had some material left over. Here, I'll show you how it works.
In 1952, the year Saturday Island arrived in theaters, American culture maintained strict silences around same-sex attraction. Homosexuality was classified as a mental disorder, criminalized in most states and rarely acknowledged in mainstream media. Tab Hunter, a gay actor, didn't live his life openly, but we all knew, and that's what made him such a treasure. Against the backdrop of this film, Tab Hunter's performance as Corporal Dugan offered something rare and potent, extended glimpses of a young man's body presented without apology or shame. The film's island setting demanded practical undress. Hunter appears shirtless for much of the running time, swimming in the lagoon, hauling supplies, climbing trees, or simply resting in the heat. His physique, honed from swimming and athletics, gleamed under the tropical sun, broad shoulders, defined arms, and a smooth chest that catches the light as he moves. These moments feel unforced, tied to survival rather than exhibitionism. The camera lingers on his form and the matter-of-fact ease that was, well, for that era, strikingly bold.
Introducing Christopher Atkins in The Blue Lagoon.
Compare this to Christopher Atkins in The Blue Lagoon nearly 3 decades later, and Atkins' 1980 scenes, while more openly sensual, often felt staged, carefully lit, posed and accompanied by swelling music. His youthful beauty carried a deliberate erotic charge. Hunter's exposure, on the other hand, carried an innocence rooted in the character's rugged marine background. The shirtless sequences in Saturday Island were not about seduction in the modern sense. They showed a young man simply existing in nature, his body functional and alive. The naturalness made the impact deeper for some viewers. There was no overt invitation to gaze, yet the gaze was invited by default. For many young gay men in the early 1950s, those images stirred feelings they couldn't yet name. Sitting in darkened theaters, perhaps with family and friends, they experienced a sudden quickening of their pulse when Hunter appeared on the screen. The sight of his tanned skin, the easy strength in his limbs, and the way he laughed or just simply stretched in the sun. These details lodged in memory. They carried the images home, replaying them privately in their mind, feeling both exhilaration and confusion. In an age where such attractions were dangerous to admit, even to yourself, Hunter's presence on that island offered a safe, unspoken outlet. He was the all-American boy next door, yet his body on full display hinted at possibilities beyond the expected. The film did not preach or provoke openly. Its power lay in subtlety. Hunter's appeal crossed lines without acknowledging them, allowing viewers to feel drawn into him while maintaining plausible deniability. In later years, Hunter himself acknowledged the intensity of fan mail from men during his peak, though he remained closeted through the decade. Saturday Island, modest as it was, became an early touchstone for some, a moment when cinema quietly cracked open the door to self-recognition. The secret pull towards Hunter's corporal lingered long after the credits roll. A private awakening wrapped in the guise of a wartime adventure. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and a subscription would be nice. You could also check out some of the other great videos on my channel.